Well, guys, I am back. I am back to review another DreamWorks movie. But not just any movie, I am here to review Shrek 4. Yes, the fourth Shrek movie in the franchise. And I am excited to, be able to talk about some more Shrek. But you guys know the drill. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. And you guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. There I'll be, you can keep up with some of my things there. I actually have not posted a lot of stuff on there, but I'm wanting to get to that. So yeah, but anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and get started by reviewing this movie. So we're gonna be talking about Shrek 4, the final chapter. So what could Shrek 4 offer us? I mean, really, what else is there really to offer with Shrek? I mean, we've had romance between, a couple. We had meeting the parents and having the parents accept you. We had, trying to, become a father. I mean, what else is there really, for Shrek to do here? I know. How about a midlife crisis? Yes, a midlife crisis. So, yes, we have a midlife crisis. So that's what this movie is gonna be about. It is about Shrek, having a midlife crisis. So this movie starts off with the last movie, we were revealed that Shrek, now has little ogre babies. And at first everything is fine. He has a family. He's very happy. But unfortunately, it's not really enough for him because he honestly misses being, the ogre. Well, he misses being the ogre, who went out and terrified, people, and people were afraid of him. And I gotta say, some people might say this is kind of undoing what the first movie kind of did, In the first movie, Shrek was kind of more so wanting people to accept him, and people were just scared of him. So he basically was not a people person because people did not respect him. In this movie, they kind of basically, reversed the role and all that, and he's honestly, kind of sick of, people, well, he's sick of people and all that, invading his privacy. He can't have his own privacy. I mean, he can't even go to the freaking bathroom, without people interrupting him. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. He can't even go to the bathroom. Basically, people are making jokes about him going to the bathroom and all that, and they even knock his stool down at one point. So he can't even get any privacy and all that anymore. So, he's basically fed up with all this stuff. So when he has his kid's birthday party, he's trying, to celebrate it, but everyone's kind of all over him. Like, one person wants him to do the roar. And he's like, do the roar and all that, and he doesn't want to do that in front of his kids. So he ends up snapping, and basically he punches the cake and all that, and he's basically just done. So So yeah, he's just basically done. So he meets up with this, this guy named I don't remember his name. It's Rumpelstiltskin. He meets up with him, and Rumpelstiltskin makes a deal for him and tricks him into signing something, and he basically he gets sent back in time. At least I think he gets sent back in time. I'm not really sure because basically the whole contract thing is supposed to take place, before he was basically taking place in a world where he never existed. So I'm gonna assume it takes place afterwards because Shrek rescued because at the beginning of the movie it revealed that he rescued Fiona from the tower and saved the queen, the king and queen, from having to sign a contract causing him to disappear. So I would assume that basically it took place after. It takes place probably in current time. It's just it's just in a different world, So there's a lot of stuff going on there and all that, and I know a lot of people are very split on this movie. Well, everybody seems to really hate Shrek the Third. I wasn't one of them. I actually didn't mind Shrek the Third. I think it was the weakest of the three movies I reviewed so far. But I did not hate it. I still found some things I liked about it, like the whole Shrek nightmare and all that he had with the ogres, and revealing that even ogres like him get scared. So even though he scares people, he can get scared too. So clearly, people can basically anybody can get scared of stuff and all that. That's kind of what that is. Well, this movie people actually are very split on, though, and a lot of people think it kind of like undoes the first movie and all that, and people have also have talked about like how this movie also basically has Shrek give up his life that he already had, just to have things go back to the way he was. So basically erasing his kids from existence, and his wife, putting her back in a tower. Basically though, I gotta say though, it's not like he was wanting to do it permanently. He even questioned doing it. Rumpelstiltskin was the one who lied to him and told him that they'd be fine, only for them, it not to be the case. So clearly he lied to him. So it's not like Shrek was gonna do this permanently. I mean, we all would like to have a day where we could go back and just be ourselves sometimes again. Just be ourselves. Just be ourselves so we could go back in time and be ourselves. And I would love to go back and to certain time periods and just be just for one day or something. I mean, I wouldn't want to disappear like Shrek, because Shrek has 24 hours also before he's dead, because Rumpelstiltskin stole his life too, so clearly, yeah, I think, I kind of feel like, Shrek, is in the right here. I mean, basically, yeah, he should be happy for what he had, but he wanted peace and quiet, and he wanted to take basically a poo in his toilet without being interrupted by freaking tourist people. So, I mean, I can kind I can kind of understand, where he's coming, because he couldn't even get any peace and quiet at all. So I mean, I can kind of sympathize with that and all that, but yeah, I do feel like, it does kind of feel like it's undoing the first movie too, in a way where he's trying to get people to accept him. That goes for the second one too, because the people in the second movie, people still don't really accept him the way. But they don't accept him the way he is and all that. So yeah, I can kind of understand. I can kind of understand though, like, why some people might be upset about this, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I still think it's got, I think, a lot more to it than the other. I will say it's got more to it than like, like, I don't know, like maybe the third movie. The third movie though, the thing is, that one was focusing more on parenthood and Shrek being a parent and all that, and there wasn't really much other else to the story. Here they actually feel like they're kind of they take an idea, like what if Shrek didn't exist, and they put it into a movie. And honestly, I kind of like that they did that, And I like how some of the characters, like the roles and all that, because they never met Shrek. So like J&G becomes like a fighting monster machine who kills cracker animals. Like basically he becomes a madman, and then they also have then they have like Puss. Puss basically puts on quite a few pounds because he retired from fighting. He had no reason to fight anymore. And basically I don't know what happened to Donkey. Donkey is like, well, Donkey lost his he lost his his baby dragons. He lost them to a and all that, and his wife as well, because Shrek, never rescued Fiona from the tower and all that. But I don't understand though why his fur is all messed up, and I don't get that. But I guess fur is all like sticking up and all. I don't really get why that is, but it's pretty interesting. But yeah, it is a pretty interesting thing, and I just don't really get that, but clearly though, basically they actually do show that, like, without Shrek, these other characters don't really have much of a purpose in life. Also, Fiona is somehow now somehow a warrior and all that. Like, she works with the ogres. I don't know where she met these ogres at, but there's a bunch of old ogres and all that. So I guess that's kind of nice. We get to see more ogres. But yeah, we get to see some more ogres and because in the first, few movies, we only seen a few ogres. So, we only seen, Shrek and Fiona and her baby. So, finally being able to see a land filled with ogres, that's pretty nice. But I don't really know where they met and all that. And technically, Fiona was actually, I guess getting tired of, being stuck in a tower, so she broke out on her own. But yeah, she basically broke out on her own. So, I don't really know. I don't know how she broke out on her own. I don't get that. Like how did she break out? If there's a giant dragon and all, I don't get it. So there's clearly a lot going on in this movie and all. There's a lot, going on. And I gotta say, I also do like Rumpelstiltskin as a villain. He's pretty nice. It's better than having the third movie be the same villain again. I mean, third movie, it was actually more so, it was kind of a newer villain, but, kind of not. So, technically, the second movie did have Prince Charming in it, but it focused more on the fairy godmother as the threat. But, Prince Charming was also trying to, steal, Fiona away from Shrek and all that, so... But then the third movie, he played more of a bigger role. This movie has a completely different villain. And also a completely different version of Rumpelstiltskin from the third movie. Where, he was correcting Prince Charming for his real name. So, I guess that's kind of interesting if they have a completely different design for him. I mean, I guess technically there can be more than, one Rumpelstiltskin, because, there's multiple people out there, but I just found that kind of random how they changed design, though. Even though, like I said, there could be more than one person with multiple names in it. But, I just found that kind of interesting. But I do like him as a character. I like his wigs he has too. The red one's probably my favorite. Yeah, the red one's definitely my favorite. I like how it looks like a troll hairdo. It's pretty nice. It's actually the one they use on. That's the one they use on in the covers on the Shrek DVD of this. Is they use that color wig, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I just kind of find it interesting though how I find it interesting to his whole role. Basically, he's kind of like the Pixies from the Fairly Odd Parents. If you guys don't know who the Pixies are, they basically make Timmy. They make Timmy sign contracts and all that, and trick him and all that. Which I don't think they do that every single time. They only do it, I think, maybe once or twice. But there is an episode where they kind of do that because they'll kind of trick you into something. Actually, the Fairly Odd Parents does that joke all the time, where Timmy won't read the contract and it ends up backfiring on him. That's kind of what Rumpelstiltskin does to people. Basically, they don't. Well, basically, I think they do know what they're signing, but he uses they don't read it very, very well. But I think Shrek clearly knew what he was signing for, but Rumpelstiltskin, tricked him and all that, and that's kind of what Rumpelstiltskin did to Fiona's mom and dad too, making them disappear. So clearly, he's done a lot. He can do a lot of stuff and all that with that. But yeah, I do like his role. I also like how he has a bunch of witches too. It's pretty nice. Then he has a guy with a flute. He has a guy with a flute and all that, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. But I do like a lot of the stuff, a lot of stuff in this movie. There's definitely a lot more going on. There's a lot more going on, in this movie than the previous, Shrek movie. But yeah, there's pretty much, the last Shrek movie, there wasn't as much going on, there was, Prince Charming taking over the far, far away kingdom and all that. But there wasn't a lot going on in that movie compared to this. There's a lot more going on in this movie. But yeah, I gotta say I do like that. But I will say that this movie, I don't think it's as funny as Shrek the Third. Shrek the Third, I think the jokes were, some of them were hit or miss. I thought that making jokes about, Harold, the King Frog dying and all that. That was so stupid. I really hated that. And I think there were some other jokes in there too, but that one stuck out to me. That was really cringe and hard to watch. But there were a bunch of funny lines I liked. I did like the Merlin the Wizard offering Shrek some rocks, and he's like, I had a bowl of them on the way here. That was funny. And then having one of the bullies calling Shrek a mutant goblin or something, that was funny. And then his dreams, of course. Here, there's not as many jokes. I don't think the jokes hit very well here. There's some donkey, with the eyeballs and then popping in his nose. That was pretty funny. He says, "I see you," and all that. So there are some funny moments there, but there's not a lot. And I don't know if I have a whole lot else to really say about this movie. I guess before I give it a score, I can say, I will say that this movie does have it actually uses the full DreamWorks logo intro for the new one. I told you guys that the third logo does not use the second logo's music that much, but this is one of them where it uses all of it. And it's actually a longer version of the music too. So it plays the beginning of the first movie's Shrek intro and all that, but because that's what it is. It's a remix of it, but it actually adds it to it. But it also adds the choir, sound effect in it too. So that was pretty nice. Also, just like the How to Train a Dragon movie, this one actually still has the second logo on DVD too. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure when they'll get rid of that, but I do know it'll come soon because the How to Train a Dragon DVD I have actually has the second one in it, and it doesn't have it in there. It'll use the 20th Century Fox logo instead. Because 20th Century Fox, actually, I don't know, I don't think they bought out, DreamWorks, before Universal got it, but because Universal, owns it later, but I think they may have partnered up with them, because they were partnered up with Paramount before, but yeah, they're still partnered up with Paramount in this too, because you can see the logo at the end of it. Oddly though, this is kind of strange, but oddly, it actually, they don't even play the Paramount logo at the beginning of the movie either, which I found kind of odd. I'm not even sure why that is, but yeah, but so they'll play the 20th Century Fox and Universal one, but they will not play that. So I don't know what that's all about, but I don't know the whole story about DreamWorks. People don't talk about DreamWorks as much as they do with Disney or something, but so I don't know if maybe Fox, because I don't think Paramount ever owned DreamWorks. I think they just teamed up with them to make movies. Because they made the Transformer movies too. They made those too, but they made some of them. They quit teaming up with them afterwards. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I don't know if because they used the 20th Century Fox logo. I don't know if that's at the beginning that means they maybe 20th Century Fox bought them out and sold them off a couple years later. I don't know. But I do know they don't own it because Disney, owns 20th Century Fox now, but they don't own DreamWorks. Universal does. So I really don't know the whole story around all that. But I'm going to go ahead and just give it a score because I've been talking about this for a while. So let's go ahead and give it a score. So between 0 and 120 points, this movie's gonna get a good 96 points. Yep. So it's getting this score and not higher because although it's I think this movie does have things improvement over Shrek the Third. I don't think it's as funny, and I mean even like it not being super funny does not mean always that it'll get a lower score, but what really makes me not like this movie as much is I do feel like I don't know, it's just I mean like Shrek romancing with Fiona, I feel like it's a bit more cringe in this movie. Like he's trying to like freaking rape her or something. Like he's trying to get kisses from her and all that. And I mean, yeah, technically he was gonna die, and he was panicking on that probably. But still, I think they made it kind of a bit more cringed and all that. Like I kind of wish they made that joke like maybe once and all that and stopped, but they kept making that kissing joke over and over again, and it just makes it very cringe to me. And I don't like cringed love, and all that much. They do this crap all the time on like the Fairly Odd Parents and Family Guy, like definitely Family Guy, but I mean it's not like he's trying to kill she's trying to kill her husband or something like like Bonnie is on Family Guy, because that was freaking awful, but I still don't like how I like they kind of make it kind of hit or miss, but it's like they don't do it all the time, and yeah, I don't know, I feel like like I said, this movie's just not as good as the first two, but I still don't think it's bad. I don't think it's even close to as bad. I still think it's good. I don't know if I would say this movie or Shrek the Third is better. I mean, they both have their strong and weakest points. Shrek the Third, I feel like, is more funny, but I don't really care for the story as much. And then you got Shrek for the final chapter and all that, where I actually care more about the story, but the humor is not as good. So it really is back and forth. Also, I still like Shrek's iconic roar and all that when that one kid is like, do the roar. He sounds like he smoked too much cigarettes. I like that. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm gonna say this before I do go to the comment question. I want to state too that that basically I wanted to state that I actually had a dream years ago about this movie. Well, I don't remember if the movie came out afterwards or not. I can't remember, but I play a lot of Katamari and all that, and I've actually Let's Played one of them on my channel. But yeah, I Let's Played one of the games on my channel. And basically, yeah, I had a dream where I was like the prince for some reason, and I was basically the prince, and this is a beautiful Katamari and all that, and I remember this dream really well, but I was like basically the prince, and I was talking to the cousins, and I had that voice for some reason, so it was pretty interesting. I actually do like when I had dreams like that. I mean, even if they're weird. But I do like that a lot. I mean, I do like that, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that because I thought that was pretty nice. I thought it was pretty, a nice dream and all that, even if, like I said, it was weird. But yeah, but if you guys don't know what Katamari is, it's a game where you roll up stuff. It's still a pretty nice game. I like it, but I just wanted to kind of share that because I thought that would be kind of cool to share. But anywho, though, now that I got that little story out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the comment question. Guys, ready for a DreamWorks comment question? Because I am. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, now we've got the comment question. My comment question for you guys this time is, what's your favorite Shrek movie? I actually wanted to do a different Shrek movie. I wanted to do a different one. A different comment question. But I kind of forgot about that. I'll probably do it for the Puss in Boots movie. But yes, I want to know what your guys' favorite Shrek movie was. Because, I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know. I would probably say that the second one is definitely probably my favorite. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys say that too, but some people might say the first movie. But yeah, I do think that the second one is probably my favorite, just because I like a lot more of it and all that, and I actually like seeing Shrek turning into a human and all that. That was pretty nice. But yeah, I'm just curious what you guys think about that. And yeah, like I mentioned, Puss in Boots. Yeah, there's gonna be a Puss in Boots movie coming pretty soon. I don't remember when it's supposed to come, but we're gonna be talking about that here soon. And there's actually 2 Puss in Boots movies, and apparently there's gonna be a Shrek 5 too. So I'm really curious to what they're gonna do for a Shrek 5, because honestly, I was thinking this was gonna be their last movie, but I guess not. Hopefully it's good and it's not bad, because that's going to be like the 5th Shrek movie. But to be fair, too, it has been a long time since we had a Shrek movie. This movie came out in 2010, and then we have, Shrek, 5 that's supposed to come out, like, I think it said 2025 or 2026. I don't remember when it said it's going to come out, but if it comes out in 2026, that's going to be when Toy Story 5 will come out, too. With Shrek 5, though, I don't know, I have a bit more faith in it than Toy Story 5, just because Shrek, the Shrek movies have a bit more they can tell with the stories. I feel like with the Toy Story, they don't have a lot they can really tell anymore, I feel like. And it sounds like they're gonna be undoing, what Toy Story 4 kind of did at the end. Now, I did a review on that movie, too. I did not like that movie. I thought it was bad, but not because they ran out of ideas. They just didn't handle some stuff very well. But that's all going to be in my Pixar, reviews list, so you guys can check out that. But who knows? It could be a good movie. I don't really know, but I'm just a bit skeptical on it. But we have Shrek 5, too, so I'm not sure what they'll be doing there either, but I'm going to go ahead and get going now, so I'll see you all later. Have a nice, wonderful day. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.